Hello, brave awakened ones. This is Veronica of Higher Realm Holistics, um, medical empathic intuitive, holistic integrative health nurse, author of the children's book How the Caterpillar Flew, A Journey of Self-Discovery, available on all major online book retailers, and spiritual counselor guide. Thank you to my Patreons and supporters and subscribers. And please, I know everyone's been having issues getting my notifications and liking my videos and things like that. I can't even like my videos or other inspirational videos. My likes don't take at all. So, whatever, the dark ones are on the take or scrambling, but that's okay. That's okay, because the final seal is about to be broken. Today is April 3rd, 2019, Wednesday. And take this as one of my news reports. My new revelation report. My NVR. What is this, like number 12? And yesterday I had mentioned, since I woke up yesterday, Tuesday, I was being bombarded. It's like my senses I was on sensory overload, let's put it that way. Everything was too bright. Everything was too loud. Just my senses were on overload. I couldn't stand the bright colors in my apartment. Everything had to be dark. When I went outside, the noises were just too much. I managed to do my sessions, but by the evening, forget it. It was like cranked up tenfold. If I could have stayed in my closet, I would have, in the dark, okay, on the floor. But I went to sleep late, and it was a heck of a night. Up until this morning, up until 8 a.m. this morning, I've been getting downloads and being uploaded and transmuting and converting and grounding energy, this Christ energy, and getting information and remote viewing. It was a heck of a night. My eyes twitching like crazy, so sorry about it. But at least I could stand. I mean, everything is still a bit funky vision-wise. Things are still a little loud, but hopefully it won't get as bad. The tapping helps. But I was told by Yeshua, Jesus, who's the Nazarene, as he introduced himself to me when I was a child, Jesus the Nazarene. And my oversoul made it very clear to me, it's just because I am transmuting so much energy right now. And for those of you having the eye twitches and the sensory overload, it's not blockages. It is not blockages. It is you transmuting the energy. It is a large amount of energy we're transmuting and grounding right now into Gaia, to help with what's to come with this new moon in Aries, and also with Jupiter going into retrograde on the 10th. New moon in Aries on the 5th, Jupiter retrograde on the 10th. And I'll go into more of that later in a separate video, because it's a lot of information. Everything is connected to what's going on right now. And news-wise, again, if you're not into rap music, I'm really not into rap music anymore, to be honest with you. I'm old school, back in the days with, Tribe Called Quest. That's where I am, back in the days, when rap was more conscious. But there are brothers and sisters nowadays who are trying to make rap more conscious. But they're being drowned out by the voices of hood rats and gangsters. But there was one such voice that was snuffed out the other day, which was Nipsey Hussle. Okay. And that's what I'm going to talk on right now. I will be having a live on YouTube, on my YouTube channel, Higher Realm Holistics. I will be having a live prayer vigil not just a paravisual, but I was also given information that I'm to disclose during that prayer vigil. It's supposed to precede the prayer vigil so you guys can understand what is going on, because it's not just about praying and honoring Nip. It's about also this energy that we're dealing with that we have to ground. Those of us who are coming together, it's a lot. It's a lot, light warriors. It's a lot, but we got this. Okay, we got it. We got this. So sorry, I'm just shaky from all the energy. Okay, so and I'm going to try to make sense of all these notes. Everything you see in red is what I've been doing since last night into 8 o'clock this morning. Some of it to be revealed now, some later, some of it's private. Okay, so when it comes to the guy who actually carried out the execution, and that's what I'm calling it, the execution of Nipsey Hussle. His name's Eric Holder. I know there are some big channels out there who are saying, oh, you know, you conspiracy theorists, you shouldn't be talking about, you know, that this was nothing more than just black on black crime, because that's not what it was. That's all it is, black on black crime. You know, it's like black folks can't have anything nice, basically, you know, because we'll break it. Lies. Lies, lies, lies. Okay? Lies. It was a setup. It is a setup. You know, they say, oh, don't say this, you're going to upset the family. The truth will console you. The truth will console you. It is the lies that cause the strife, that causes the anger, which is what the negative beings want. And I'm just going to refer to them as negative fourth dimensional beings, because they are negative 4D. That's who's carrying this stuff out. Okay? So, what I remote viewed from yesterday into, God, it was around 5 o'clock this morning when I stopped the remote viewing. It was on and off, on and off, on and off. So I couldn't talk about it as it was happening. The murderer, the executioner of Nipsey Hussle, his name is Eric Holder. Okay? And, you know, they have video of Eric shooting him and then kicking the body and running away and stuff. Straight up. And this is not a conspiracy. This is the truth as it was shown to me. So if you're not hearing it and all you're hearing is conspiracy from people who are trying to shed light and talk the truth, which many, many are, right off the bat, people knew what was going on. I'm just here to put a behind the scenes look, since I'm able to remote view, and I don't do it voluntarily. It's just when I'm to know, I'm to know. Okay. So I'm just here to give a behind the scenes view, but many people are hip to it immediately. We're hip to what's going on. Okay. Immediately. Like I said, the dark can't hide. The negative fourth dimensional beings cannot hide what they're doing anymore. There is too much light, and the 3D construct is down. So they are exposed. Their works are exposed. So people, unless your ass is asleep or you're part of the negative 4D, you're going to catch on like this. You don't need to be fully awakened to know what the heck's going on. Okay? Or even know what Nip was about to know what's going on. Just in the manner it was carried out, in the manner the execution was carried out. Again, the negative fourth dimensional beings, they're not creators, they're imitators, and they even imitate themselves over and over and over and over again. So it's the same scenario playing out over and over and over again. And I'm also going to explain the importance of the number 33. There are two very important numbers, 33 and 27, when it comes to executions. I'm going to tackle the number 33 because it is the more powerful number when it comes to executions and why they do it. And what else, why, besides the executions, what makes the number 33 so powerful for them. And it's important to us also, positive light beings too. Okay, so this guy, Eric Holder, the number one thing I was told about him when I heard his name, yesterday or the day before, right afterwards, when the murder was happening, when the execution happened, Eric Holder, I was told, who else is Eric Holder? I was like, who else is Eric Holder? I'm like, yeah, that name sounds familiar. I looked it up online. I was like, oh, shoot. And then a whole flood of information came in. Whole flood of information came in. Who else is Eric Holder, people? Eric Holder was the head of the Justice Department in the Obama administration. This Eric Holder, the executioner of Nip, he was an informant. Now, what I was shown behind the scenes about Eric Holder, the executioner of Nipsey, is that he was programmed. Remember, he's an informant. He was programmed by a 3-letter agency to carry out this execution at a particular time, at a particular place. And the place and time was extremely important. Extremely important. It had to be in front of his store in the neighborhood. It had to be. It couldn't be somewhere on Rodeo Drive. It couldn't be in front of his mama's house. It had to be in front of his store in his neighborhood, in front of the store. It had to be there. And what I was shown that this guy surrendered himself. This is before the surrender was even said. I was shown yesterday he surrendered himself. He was going to surrender himself. Then I was shown the surrender. I was shown how because I was like, oh, because people were saying, oh, they're going to find him dead with a gunshot wound. I'm like, no. I was told, the minute I saw that, I heard no. And then I was shown the remote view. I was taken there because I was just sitting there at my table on my computer. I was taken there and shown how he surrendered himself. And it's all coordinated. The LAPD know about it. He could not die that way because we needed to see the face of this guy. It's very important. Again, very coordinated, people. So he was arrested, placed in the police car. He's a complete zombie. He's zonked out. The guy has no idea. He's going to say he doesn't know what happened. He's zonked out because he has been programmed to do this, to carry out this execution. Okay? You will see. And again, think of the connection of the name, Eric Holder. Okay? Big connection there. All right? They're so apparent. If you have the ears to hear and the eyes to see, you will see through this bullshit. Okay? And again, if it doesn't resonate with you, I don't resonate with you, and that's fine. Come back later. I just might later on. Okay? And if you're going to sit there and be like, oh no, she's full of lies, she's da-da-da-da-da. The lips of wisdom are closed except to the ears of understanding. That's all I have to say about that. Okay? So, okay, when it comes to that Eric Holder executioner guy of Nip, yeah, okay, so he's taken in. There is no questioning going on because they know exactly what went down. And again, Nip had to be executed in front of his store in his neighborhood because it symbolizes the hope. Okay? And in taking him down in front of his store is killing the hope of the people. And it's also killing the coming together of the people. Okay? The upliftment of the people. It's dashing their hopes. Now, what happened during that candlelight vigil in front of Nip's store? There were so many people there. Peaceful. People coming in from both sides. Gang members together. Everybody coming in from both sides because they realized that he was a light warrior. Again, you don't have to be awakened to know this. Just a little bit awakened. Just 51% and you could sniff this out. Everybody came together. What happened? An alleged stabbing. And as this alleged stabbing happened, everyone dispersed. Everyone went running and screaming. That's exactly why it was done. Again, it was another setup. It happened to disperse everyone. Again, to dash the hopes, to dash the dreams, to dash the coming together. Because the negative 4D beings, they want this race war. It is their own. They can't have nuclear war anymore because the nuclear heads were destroyed. To bring down the USA, they're trying with the caravans, right? To that infiltration, that's being stopped. So they want this race war. And again, LA. They needed to start in LA because LA is the darkest place they've got in the US. And where's LA? Where's Hollywood? The 33-degree ley line. That is the spot that is the most, along the 33-degree ley line, that is where it is the most void of the Christ energy, of the awakening. The reason why it's called Christ energy, because it's the awakening energy. It's the ascension energy. And the reason why Yeshua is called Jesus Christ is because he is the bearer and the keeper of that energy. There are many energies in the universe. He so happens to be the one to be the bearer and the keeper of the Christ energy. And he is the one he's the one to help usher it back. The coming of the Christ energy, which started pouring in with this equinox that just happened on March 21st, 2019. Okay, it's all coming together, folks. It's all coming together. So with that shedding of his blood, and I'll give you the reasons why, and it's connected to the number 33, why Nipsey Hussle was executed at the age of 33. And yes, he is a light warrior. Many light warriors went. Of course, Jesus was one of the greatest. It's not to say everyone executed at the age of 33 was a light warrior, or at age 27 was a light warrior. There are many. There are specific reasons why they execute, who they execute at that particular age, okay? Now, again, sorry for the noise. Eric Holder, the executioner of Nip, was done in his neighborhood again, not just his neighborhood, but in front of his store because of the symbolism of it all, the symbolism of hope and unity. And that was more so than it was for Dr. Sebi. That's part of it, which is why Left Eye was executed, because she was coming out, and also Left Eye was Dominican too, but she's, coming out as a minority, as a brown-skinned person to bring light and truth. They need to keep us as dumb as possible. They don't want somebody like Left Eye, who was crazy. She used to behave like a total hood rat, but then when she got her awakening, totally changed herself around and realized her greatness and embraced her light and embraced her mission as a light warrior and was coming out and was executed for it. Okay? So that's not who they want to promote. Okay? That's not who they need to promote. They need to keep the black community dumb, stupid, and blind and focused on third dimensional material things so they could take advantage of them. And so they could then put up the white person so they can come up against them and have the two clash, which is why now you're seeing they're demonizing, the white male. You have white men demonizing white men. A predator such as a Joe Biden, creepy Uncle Joe, apologizing for being a white male. Nigga, excuse me. Fool. Apologize for being a child predator and a predator in general. Okay? But you see how it's going. Also with the SJW movement. Who's pushing the SJW movement? White men and white women. Apologizing for being white. Oh my God. And to have more black people say, yeah, that's right. You did this to us. We need reparations. But we're too smart for that. There's just too much Christed light energy here for anyone who so much is, even people at the 50% mark, hopefully that'll push them over to the 51% mark. Were they awakened enough to see through the 3D nonsense, the inversion of the truth, the inversion, which I'm going to make another video, of course, talking about the inversion. Okay, what 3D really is when it comes to the inversion, okay? Just in case you're new to my channel, I need to explain all that. And plus, where we are right now, we need a better explanation, and I was given a real good one. Okay, so that's why they executed Nipsey where he was executed. Now with the number 33, understanding the number 33, this is what Jesus, Yeshua, explained to me. And he says, it actually started with him. He was the first sacrificial lamb of God. Small g, God. Not big G, small g, God. The God of the 3D realm. The negative fourth dimensional being known as Lucifer or Satan, whatever you want to call it. And Jesus willingly allowed himself to be sacrificed, just as Nipsey did. There are many interviews out there, especially the interview of Nipsey at the Breakfast Club in LA, his radio interview, which was also, you can find it on YouTube. He talks about, he knows what he's doing. He knows he's putting his life on the line, and he's willingly doing it. He knew he was a sacrificial lamb. He knew he was going to be one. He knew by bringing out the truth and stepping out as a light warrior, it was going to happen, but he did it fearlessly because he knew it would help break the seal, the final seal. Okay? So, which again, I will explain all that on Saturday, April 6th at 6 p.m. Eastern Standard Time, live. I'm going to come out with all that. All right? So this is how Jesus, Yeshua, explained it to me. When it comes to the number 33 and the importance of the number 33. The number 33 started with him. It is said that Jesus was executed at the age of 33. And he's saying, yes, it was so. He was executed at the age of 33. The negative 4D beings, because the number 33, because okay, let me go back. In Jesus being executed at the number 33, that actually, it's like it broke a certain seal. It released that Christed energy. That is why he was able to ascend into his light body. They literally broke the seal. It was a setup. Okay? For every light worker these negative fourth dimensional beings execute, it is a setup to break the seal for more of that Christed energy to be released, because these beings are willingly doing it in love. That is their service to us. That is their service to others. Okay? I hope you're following this, because it took a while for me to sit there, because I was just writing, and then I'm trying to read it over, being like, trying to make sense of it myself. Okay? So, okay. But here's the deal. These negative 4D beings, they're like they're too ignorant to realize they're doing this, that they're being set up. Okay? The reasons why they're doing the executions at number 33, they know it's the Christed energy, but they're trying to harness that energy, because the number 33 is the vibration of the Christ energy. Okay? Now the negative 4D beings, they cannot harness the positive 4D and higher beings energies, Christ energy, but they can use the execution to trigger fear and harness that energy of the fear. So they know darn well they can't get their hands on the Christed energy, but what they can do is get their hands on the inversion of that Christed energy. The fear. Remember, everything's inversion, okay? And since the Christ energy is the most powerful energy, is the most purest energy, think of the inversion of that. That is the darkest energy. The Christ energy is of pure love. It is the wisdom of unconditional divine love, which triggers the awakening, which triggers ascension in a soul to go up to the next level for them to go up to their next level. What's the inversion of that? To trigger the descension of the soul, to make the soul go down to the lowest level, to lose more light. Okay, that's the importance of the number 33 and why they executed the number 33. And the 27 turns out to be double threes also, because 2 plus 7 equals 9, and 9 equals 333. Okay, so you have 333 with 27. Okay, so that's why the 27, but the more direct is 33, so it's the more powerful. Okay, so the number one reason they do it is for the fear, to harness the fear, the inversion of love that the Christed energy represents. They want to harness the inversion of it, which is the fear. The number two reason why they murder at the age of 33 is to also shut up the person, shut up the being, to shut up the light warrior, the light worker, to shut them up. Plain and simple, it's to shut them up. Okay, and the third reason is to instill fear so others won't stand up. So even if you are awakened, I saw a video this morning. I was really disappointed in what this person was saying, because they're a very popular channel. It just happened to be on my suggested videos. Like I said, I don't go looking for videos. And I was like, what? And what this brother was saying is that it wasn't him saying it per se. He was showing another popular rapper saying this in reference to the Nipsey Hussle execution, was saying, I question why anyone would come forward to begin with, because once you rise up out of the hood, you're safer staying out of the hood and not coming back to help the hood. Hear what I'm saying, people. Hear what I'm saying. Hear what propaganda is being pushed, what's being said. Again, with the third reason that Jesus gave me as to why they execute, especially at the age of 33 or 27, and especially why they executed Nip where he was, in front of his store, and what it represents, the hope and the coming together and the rising up. What did this guy say on his channel? Very, very popular channel with like over 500,000 viewers. And a famous rapper saying it. What did he say? And I know the rapper was saying it out of fear. He brought into it. He was saying it, and I'm not going to name the rapper. What was he saying? He was saying it out of fear. The inversion of the number 33. He was saying, sorry, someone keeps texting me. He was saying, this is why you don't go back to the hood once you make it. He straight up said that. This is why you don't go back to the hood once you make it. Because if you do, another brother's going to come up and kill you. Out of jealousy. Out of envy. Just for the sake of killing you. Because they can't have what you have. Which is a lie. They want you to buy into that lie. That's why they took this guy, Eric Holder, programmed him so he could do that to Nip. Okay? Hear what I'm saying. Hear the truth. All right? That's the narrative being pushed. That's the narrative being pushed. So, if you do make it out of the so-called hood, you need to go over to Rodeo Drive. You need to abandon your people. You're not supposed to go back and help pull the rest up. No. You're not supposed to spread light and love and wisdom and knowledge. No. You stay away, because if you come back, you will be killed by your own people, by the very people you're trying to help. You will be executed. All right? Lies. So now that I brought that to light, Okay, guys. The next video I'm going to make today is going to be about understanding the inversion of 3D and the separation and the shedding of negative 4D. I'm going to make that video. So please look out for it. And I strongly suggest you listen to it once it's out there. Listen to it more than once. Listen to this more than once. And then Saturday at 6 p.m. Eastern Standard Time, we will have the Nipsey Hussle. We'll be honoring him and honoring all those other light warriors and light workers who have put themselves in the front lines like that to help usher in this era. Okay, and the great seal is about to be broken. The last seal is about to be broken. There's no stopping it. Can't stop, won't stop. They can't stop it. We already got this. It is what it is. For those of us who are going into the positive, those of us who are in the positive, or those who are ready to go into the positive. That's positive 4D and higher. Okay. So, and also Sunday at 6 p.m. Eastern Standard Time, because usually I have my webinar meditation healing circles on Saturday at 6 p.m. But since I'm doing this for the whole Nipsey Hussle prayer and empowerment vigil on Saturday at 6 p.m., I'm going to do the meditation healing circle Sunday at 6 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. Okay, so you can go on my website higherrealmholistics.com to register. All right, so peace out. Talk to you later. Lady V. Bye.